Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to Moki F1, and today we are going to be doing a bit of an interesting video. So I'm going to wrap up my Austin GP predictions, and with like a little track walk, and we can talk about previous races and stuff. So I think it'll be fun. So let's get going with the track walk. So basically, what this is going to be, all this is really, is just showing you the points of interest on the track, giving you an idea of the track. I'm not going to do an entire. Don't worry, I'm not doing it a whole lap. But first and foremost, I mean, we got to talk about this right here. Pretty tricky turn one. I mean, you always see instances at turn one, lap one. I mean, a lot of races have been lost there. Nico Rosberg lost the championship there, so yeah, pretty intense first turn. Definitely expect a lot of action there, and passes there too. But there's also been a lot of failed passes, a lot of penalties been had. This section obviously takes a lot from Silverstone for sure. Not really a passing zone though. Where you do see some passes is towards up here. This is like a fast slingshot right here, so try and gain some speed. Going down here, try and get beside somebody. And then boom, really hard into the brakes. And then onto one of the longest straightaways on the calendar. So great opportunity for passing. So it can be a little tricky to manage your DRS. It's known for creating some DRS trains, but obviously at the end of the straightaway there, it is possible to pass. That's another one where a lot of people just shoot right off. This usually isn't a passing zone though, even though it is slow, this little section. This is another area where you don't really go off the track there often, but you don't overtake a lot there because you go straight through here, and this is flat out here. Steering with one hand, okay? Trying to keep an eye on my notes. And then here, great passing zone. Sebastian Vettel and Kevin Magnussen had a great battle here. And then another passing zone right here. So like so many points of passing on this circuit, so it can really jumble up the order, and it's a very entertaining circuit for that reason. So let's get into the predictions and like the wrap up of where I think everyone will be. Basically, every single like championship protagonist this season, anyone who's won a race this season, they all do well here. Leclerc's done very well. Hamilton's done amazing here before. Verstappen's done very well. Obviously, Norris is pretty good too. The only one that we didn't really see do too well was Oscar Piastri. He wasn't great in the sprint, kind of out of his depth it looked like, and then in the race itself he overheated, but even then his pace wasn't too great. So the ones to look out for, I would say, is Hamilton, Verstappen, and Leclerc. Norris has been solid at this circuit in the past, definitely. But yeah, those three, Hamilton, Verstappen, Leclerc, I mean, they're just like, they're the nuts at this circuit, to be honest. I think they're probably the ones to look out for. Not saying that's the guaranteed top three, but I would say that they're probably the best drivers of this circuit. Now here's a surprise that you guys may have forgotten about. Williams has actually been good here in 2022 and 2023, and in the 2023 sprint as well. They did well. So yeah, you got to look out for them, because not only are they on the up and ups now, they've been historically good at the circuit. It's a very fast circuit. Obviously, the Williams car, it's not like as much of a straight line beast as it used to be. They used to focus almost entirely on straight line speed. Now they're a little more balanced now, but still, I would definitely expect both Colapinto and Albon to. I mean, it's hard to say. They probably will make Q3. I'll say it. They're going to make Q3. As for Haas, I mean, they've been kind of up and down at this circuit, but so is the team, right? But regardless, I would say with the new livery coming out for this race, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think they're going to do pretty well here. At least one of them will be on for points. Kevin Magnussen is actually pretty good at this circuit as well. Hülkenberg as well, pretty good. Now, okay, this kind of goes without saying, but VCARB and Kick Sauber, I mean, I think they're just going to be on the back. Liam Lawson, he's coming into the team at a very weird time, because VCARB's been doing nothing but fall off in the second half of the season, and I don't really see them improving at all, unfortunately, until the season ends. So yeah, I think they'll be at the back. And Kick Sauber, even when they're Alfa Romeo, they were actually pretty decent at this circuit, but everything's gone so poorly this season for them that I don't see it. I believe Kick Sauber will be at the back still. Alright, so let's get into my top 5. Now, again, this is really tricky. Again, a lot of places to pass, a lot of places to potentially get penalties. They're adding more cameras to the circuit, actually, to try and cut down on the amount of penalties that's been resurfaced, so there's no more scraping the bottom of the car. And getting penalties that way. So hopefully that'll chill out, but regardless, a lot of places for incidents to happen, a lot of places for passes to happen, so it's really hard to say. but I will say I think the top 5, I will say Red Bull's getting an upgrade, but I'm going to go ahead and say Norris is still going to win this one. Verstappen, I mean, he hasn't won since Spain, so yeah, but obviously I think Verstappen P2, likely. He's good at this circuit. Red Bull's getting an upgrade. It's only fair to say he's P2. If he gets P1, I wouldn't be surprised. But I think, again, Norris is working better and better under pressure, so I think he can probably bring it home in P1, but it would not surprise me if Verstappen starts winning again here. So then P3 will be Leclerc. That's simply because I think Ferrari's on an uptick right now. I think Leclerc's mood is on an uptick as a result as well. And I think his pace has just been unbelievably solid. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets P1 in quali and then kind of falls down the order during the race. That would be my expectation. But I think he's blazing fast here. Yeah, if you can keep your mega high pace, it could become hard to pass you if they're at like the edge of DRS range. Like if they can't get close enough, you're just gonna monster. If you have better pace, you're gonna monster them in these sections where you really can't pass. So then P4. I'm going to go ahead and say Hamilton, simply because he's very, very good at the circuit. He obviously he got disqualified last season, but in 2022, 2023, even when they were having their really bad season in 22, he still got podiums both times. We'll call them podiums. I mean, it was just the scraping on the bottom of the floor that got him disqualified. It wasn't like he cut the corner to get the position or something. So I would say he earned that podium. So he got podiums both times, even when Mercedes were at their worst. It's clear he's great at this circuit. This is maybe a circuit for him where this generation of car makes more sense. So I'll say P4. And then I think Piastri, simply because he's only raced here. Well, he's done the sprint and then the race last season, so I don't really have too much to work on, and he's improved on every other track this season. So it's hard to believe he won't improve here, but I'm going to say Piastri P5. Kind of a safe bet there. Great driver, I'm rooting for him, but I don't really see him improving enough to really get into those podium places, especially as other teams are now catching back up to McLaren, and McLaren's not having any upgrades. And obviously there's a whole thing of like upgrades have actually like degraded, for instance, the Red Bull car and the Ferrari car this season, and the Mercedes for that matter. So upgrade does not equal better in this case. But yeah, I think everyone's started to catch up to them, so I think Piastri's going to fall behind a little bit, especially on this track, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What's your top 5? Do you think I missed anything talking about the track, talking about the past of the circuit in these last few years of the ground effect era? Let me know, and thank you guys for watching.